Namaste everyone from Dhananjay and welcome to our journey. The journey is to learn from the greatest, most brilliant men and women of the world. From the words they have spoken or written. So this video is about question. And the quotation I have to share with you is by Gautam Buddha. Great masters don't answer questions. Great masters don't answer questions. They answer the questioner. So the person who is asking the question, he may be wording the question differently than what he has in mind. Or he may want to ask something else which he is hesitant and instead asks a parallel question. So the great master recognizes from the beginning what this person is all about, what he is thinking, what question he is asking and why. So he answers the questioner, not the question. Now, this wonderful quotation has a long background, historic background. That Gautam Buddha used to hold satsang, meetings in every village he passes by, and he traveled the whole of India by foot. So in one such event, when Buddha is surrounded by learners, disciples, villagers, and one person comes in the middle from somewhere, he drops in, and he asks Buddha, is there God? Buddha looks at him and he says, no, there is no God. This man is so disappointed. He murmurs something and he doesn't stay there and goes back. Then after a while, another person comes in and asks the question, is there God? Then Buddha looks at him deeply and says, yes. So this person is also not very happy with the answer and he also leaves. Then a third person comes. He asks the same question, is there God? Buddha says, I don't know. But if you want to know, sit down in front of me and let us both find the answer together. So this man sits down. Buddha says, close the eyes, pay attention to your breath, breathe comfortably and deeply, and in the mind have this question, is there God? And meditate. So everybody else is waiting very anxiously what the outcome will be. 30 minutes, 40 minutes passed. Buddha opens his eyes, the man opens his eyes, and the man falls on his feet. He said, thank you, I got my answer. I am grateful. And then he also gets up and leaves. Meanwhile, now Buddha's cousin and disciple, Ananda, is sitting around him and is observing this event. After the third person also leaves, Anand looks at Buddha. He said, brother, what are you doing? You are confusing everybody. The first man asked you, is there God? You said no, and he is not happy with the answer. He leaves. The second person asked, he asked you, is there God? And you said yes, and he is also unhappy and leaves. The third person asked the same question. You said, yes, there is God. Actually, he said he does not know. So this is the key point here, that Buddha knew, or he gave the impression that he knew there is no God. Then Buddha gave the impression he knew there is God. Now he is saying that there is God or no God, I do not know. Although he knows there is God or some concept of God, but he said he does not know. So in all three answers, he did not answer the question. Instead, Buddha explains to Ananda that I don't answer the question, I answer the questioner. Now, the first person was a true believer in God, although he did not know God or the idea of God. He did not know, but he believed. So I looked at him, and he was so confident of his belief without knowing that I wanted to stir his imagination and hoping that he will ask the question again and actually find God. So I told him, no, there is no God. Now he was disappointed in his belief, which is a good sign. Then he would go back and contemplate on it and question himself. The second person was a non-believer. He did not believe in God. And when I told him there is God, just looking at him, that he believed there is no God, he was also disappointed, because now he won't go back to his friends and tell that Buddha also does not know God and I don't know God. And the first person thought Buddha will say, yes, there is God, so he will be happy and tell everybody, look, I agree with Buddha or Buddha agrees with me. So the third person, as Buddha is explaining to Ananda, third person actually did not know. That was written on his face. So I said, if I ask him, if I answer him, there is God, he will stop searching. He will just believe me and go. Or if I had told him there is no God, he would believe that too and be satisfied and he'll go back. But because he did not know, he had the potential of knowing. So I asked him to sit down. But before explaining all this, Buddha had told Ananda, why are you worried about this? Because remember, Ananda asked him, you are confusing everybody. Buddha said, are you confused? This was not your question. I was not answering the question to you. I was answering the questioner. So this is a wonderful story behind this quotation, which I thought I would share with you. Thank you again for watching, and we'll meet again soon.